Hi there and welcome to another portion of infotainment. This video counts towards your 5 a day. You have the ability to do absolutely nothing for extremely long period of time. What is a way you can make money out of it? There was a guy in my small town that started protesting a poopy car/RV dealership that ripped him off. He is a local legend. He just stood on the street corner with a sign, day in and day out, warning people not to do business there. He was polite. He didn't yell or block anything. He just stood on a curb with a sign that vaguely claimed that the car dealership was scummy. Staying away from specifics is apparently helpful to avoid accusations of libel. Later, he added a counter for how many days he had been protesting. He wore nice clothes and his hair was combed and face clean shaven. He wore glasses. He had a cooler with drinks and food and would sometimes sit on it, eat a sandwich, and watch the traffic go by. His sign was well written. His pants were ironed. He looked like an ordinary, respectable, good person who just had been ripped off and decided to fight it on principle, something everyone could relate to. Salesmen at the dealership would go harass him. They'd call the cops, but he was within his rights. Then, one day, a crafty new salesman tried to push him around. Apparently some customers walked away from a sale and this guy thought it was because of the one-man protest. He probably was right. I know that I would rethink buying a car if I noticed a dude with a sign outside that indicated he had been ripped off so badly that he decided to protest about it every day, all day long, for months. Then that salesman slapped him, knocked him to the ground, threw his sign in the street, and kicked him. And it was all caught on video from multiple angles, because the protester had cameras running. The protester sued. They settled, I think it was around $250,000. Then he went right back to protesting, only now across the street for some reason. That dealership is out of business now, not so much due to him, but the 2008 recession. So you could go do that, I guess. Live stream myself sleeping and try to get the viewers to wake me up through donation videos. Where could I do this but make it sexual too? If you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live. Are you seriously watching porn by yourself right now? Be an art class model. Super easy to do, very realistic. Unlike some other answers here, and honestly really underrated. Win money in one of these AskReddit threads that appear once a week where you get paid $4 million for staying a month in a room with no human contact and no entertainment. I don't know if you could. That's like a month in severe solitary confinement where you can't even hear the guards' footsteps as they pass you food. That crap is serious. I don't know the specifics, but humans are surprisingly fragile when it comes to stuff like this. We can't live purely in the dark. We can't live purely in the light, and we can't live alone. Even if you don't suffer a massive breakdown, just understand that your main threat isn't boredom, it's severe mental anguish. You're definitely gonna be hallucinating in a few weeks. Sleep studies. What? I did a sleep study and I had to pay for it. I got scammed. I mean, I assume they gave you the results and analysis from it. I did one and all they did was take the data and pay me. How much they pay you? Compound interest. I too enjoy accumulating more debt. Legit lol, thanks. Write a book called How to Do Nothing and get paid for it just like every other do-nothing schemer out there and charge $59.93 for it. They don't want you to know this one simple fact about the new economy, but it'll tell you for only 3 easy payments of $19.99. Try my system today. Wouldn't it be $59.97? Or they get a 4-cent discount for paying up front. It open a business for birds that need someone else to sit on their eggs. Easy money. You better know a lot about bird law. Don't want to end up responsible if the parents don't return. Yeah, you don't want to end up being a jailbird. Change my last name to Kardashian. So please take this as it was intended, a light-hearted joke. Alright, that's enough, pack it up, bois, we're done here. Living statue. I mean, I see living statues all the time, so it means it must be a good way to make lots of money, right? Yee, and even if it's doing nothing, I bet it's tiresome. Standing still in one position for a long period of time is tougher than it seems, getting ridiculed by pooky people, etc. I act as the temporary support for super heavy stuff. If it's absolutely nothing, then that includes doing something like being crushed to death. I just turn it off when they don't need me to hold the heavy thing anymore. Or maybe I act as an emergency roadblock. I jump out of a vehicle in front of whoever I'm supposed to stop, and I activate my ability, And I do absolutely nothing, including being thrown 100 feet by the speeding vehicle about to hit me. And if I don't move at all, well, who are you? Who are so wise in the ways of science? You guys are getting paid? You guys are getting? You guys are? You guys? Be a guard. I never understood how a single guy spending every night sitting in the only lit room of an empty building is a reasonable measure to protect that building. Sure, the casual intruder might be scared off and look for an easier job, but the really dedicated burglar who has his reasons to break into this particular building will figure out a way to trick the guard or even knock him out. Thus the guard can only be a first responder to an alarm from an intrusion detection system. But that job probably doesn't pay well enough to actually bother confronting burglars who may or may not be armed. Put money in a high-interest savings account and wait. Where are these magical accounts that earn more than inflation? S&P 500 mutual funds. Find the one with the lowest overhead and boom, you're making money the Warren Buffett way. Then all you gotta do is live your life while the account compounds, and 10 years later you got a nice chunk of change. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.